So you are a librarian and a book reviewer, and you also have a book out that's a thriller set in a library.
Yes, that's correct.
That's very interesting. Tell me about your book.
My book is called Long Overdue, and it's about a librarian. His name's Nicholas Hardy, and the person that he works for, his boss, basically has just fired him. And over the course of 24 hours, his boss is held hostage inside the building, and he has to help SWAT rescue a man he hates from a man he considered his best friend.
That sounds really interesting. Was this based on anything that's happened in your real life? Was the character based on you?
No, the character wasn't based on me at all. People wonder that, but no, no. It came to me because I was inside this building. It's a very unique building. Seattle Public Library is where it's set. It's just celebrated their 10th anniversary, actually, with this new building. And I was walking in there one day and saw they have an overhang that drops about 7 stories. And I thought, man, it'd be interesting to see what would happen if a bomb went off in here. And from that point, I just sort of started spiraling, and pretty soon the book sort of fell into place.
Oh, neat. And it's your debut. And did you always want to write a book?
It's my first novel.
It's your first novel.
Yeah, I've actually published a couple of nonfiction books.
Oh, okay. Sorry about that.
No, it's all right. So it's, I've always wanted.
Yes, you're an experienced writer.
So I've always wanted to write a novel, and having the opportunity to do that's been great.
What did you have to do differently? What kind of mindset did you have to get in to write a novel as opposed to writing nonfiction?
Nonfiction is mostly just doing research and making sure you tell the facts in an interesting manner. And for fiction, you do a lot of research as well, but the difference is you kind of have to tell the story from that character's perspective. And you have to make a character that's interesting and fun to follow through all of his travails or her travails.
Mm-hmm. And did you find writing a novel more difficult or easier? What was that like for you?
The novel writing is so hard. There were several nights I'd be banging my head against the wall and going, I'm done, I'm not going to do this anymore. And then I get up the next morning and keep going.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
I think that's what's most important, that you just keep going.
Exactly. And then eventually, I realized, I have a nice draft, and gave it to my first reader, and my first reader said, this is terrible. And there were several things I completely forgot to add in, a plot element that made no sense, and so I had to go back and redo it. And eventually went through 43 drafts.
43.
43.
Wow. Wow.
Yeah, but I'm willing to do anything, even for the one I'm currently working on. I want to make sure it's the best it can be when it goes out there.
Yeah. Oh, so you're currently writing another novel?
I actually have a young adult book coming out from a small press in the fall. I wrote it with another guy, and that's been a blast. And then I have an ebook original coming out around Christmas that I wrote with a group of authors. And that's been a blast, too. And then, I'm working on my own follow-up to Long Overdue, and I'm hoping that will be done soon.
So how many words do you write a day, if you don't mind me asking? Because it sounds like you're prolific.
Well, part of my, when I'm not doing my day job, I also do book reviews. So I'm always writing, whether it's for my books or if it's for reviews. And so giving you a word count I can't really do, because some days I have 2 or 3 book reviews I got to churn out. So I'll say 1,000 words in that case, but then, if I have a chance to work on my book, maybe 2,000.
Right.
Yeah, it just depends on the day and my deadlines for the reviews.
How do you balance it all? Because it sounds like you're very busy. Do you have any free time at all, or are you just always working and writing?
I tell people I never sleep. But that's obviously a joke. It's all about prioritizing your time. Having a set time every day or night, depending, to just work on what you need to work on. And I have a family as well, and they're more important to me than anything else. So it's about prioritizing time. I don't need to watch American Idol. I could be writing for that hour.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay, so it's about not watching the crappy TV and writing instead.
Pretty much, yes. Yeah.
And what do your coworkers who work with you at the library think about your writing career?
Honestly, I think they're a little confused about it all.
Oh.
Yeah,
okay.
they some of them have said about my novel, they said, I really liked it. Some of them said, no. So it's been interesting.
Oh, and how do they feel about you being a book reviewer?
It's being in a library, it's a little better, because they'll say, I like the review. Yeah, I'm recommending it to others. And that's sort of my goal when I started reviewing. If I find something I really love and I'm passionate about, I want people to discover that themselves.
Right.
Yeah.
Is it tough to give a bad review?
Oh, it's very tough. I want to love everything, but if I don't like it, and I don't think others will as well, I have to be honest.
Yeah.
And honesty is the best thing in a review. It really is.
Has anyone that you might have given a less than stellar review sort of written to you and had anything to say
I
about
can do one better. I had an author I gave a bad review to last year here at this conference track me down at a party and try and we had a semi-argument. So that author's here this year as well, and when I see him in the hall, we kind of avoid each other.
Oh, wow. But that's good that you still gave an honest review and
I wouldn't do it any other way. I have to give honest reviews, because if I can't be honest about it, I don't want to review anymore.
Right.
Yeah.